Welcome back to Shelter Tales. This is the first live video we've done since March, I believe, of last year. We are keeping social distance, and Lauren and I are okay. And this is Jet with us today. And Lauren, I want to make sure I'm saying your last name right. McCahey?
McCahey, yeah.
Oh, I got it. My mother's Irish.
There
Okay,
you go.
McCahey. And he joins us from Paws, New England. And they've got a great program where, and I've heard this about Southern shelters, it's not that they're trying to be mean, but it's much harder in Southern shelters. So this organization started in 2005 when somebody went to look for a friend's dog in Tipton. Is that in Georgia?
Tennessee.
Tennessee,
Just
Tipton County. Okay.
North of Memphis, Tennessee.
So she went because the dog escaped or got lost, and she's looking to see. And what she saw there was kind of heartbreaking, as it usually is in shelters. Hey, Jet. And this is an old guy. And that started her focus on bringing some of these guys up north to be adopted. Now, I do understand, because we've had people here that have worked with transports coming up from the south, different places, North Carolina, Georgia, that a lot of times when these dogs, especially if their owner surrenders, go in, there's such a high rate of turnover that they have to euthanize, like 80 or 85% of dogs, sometimes the first day they come in.
Yes.
That's heartbreaking.
It's very
It's
heartbreaking.
like they didn't do anything. You know, they were somebody's pet. Yes, you were. I know you were a big boy. And no fault of their own, and then they're putting animals down. So your organization got involved in transporting. You got a vet involved too? Is that how it started?
We have a network of vets, et cetera. So yeah, it started off relatively small, you know, with just a couple of people and a few partners. It's grown. Our group has grown substantially since then in the last 15 years. So yeah.
That's how it usually starts. It only takes one person to make this kind of difference, you know, if people realize that.
Yeah.
And most of the organizations we deal with here, it was one person saw a need, and then it grew and grew. You do have a lot of volunteers.
Yeah.
Are they people who will drive the transports up from Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, or?
No, so most of our dogs that come up on transport come up on bonded transport. So you know, DOT transports. We occasionally do more special transports when we've got special needs dogs and things like that. And I've been down south a few times myself and done trips back. But most of our dogs that come on transport are coming on, you know, one of the regular bonded transports. We have several transports companies that we use. But the volunteers, so we have no physical facility. Paws has no facility of our own. So we're totally dependent on foster homes in the south.
People say, oh, foster homes in the south before they even get here.
Before they come here, because they have to be, usually keep them in foster for a couple of weeks before they come up.
So you spring them from the shelters, you get them into foster, and then you get them up here. Now,
and then we have all fosters up here.
Foster up here. Now, is it a regular trucking company that does this? I keep visualizing, oh, I'm backhauling because I got nothing. You know, I dropped my load off, I'm backhauling dogs.
No, these are, these companies all specialize in transporting pets. They have, you know, meticulous safety procedures that they use. And like I said, the ones we work with, we've been working with for, most of them, for a very long time, and we've had really good luck with them.
How many dogs like Jet are you dealing with up here at any one time once you get them up here?
Yeah, well, it really depends. This year has been a little crazy, but we usually at any given time have about anywhere from 60 to 100 dogs total, between usually about 50-50 split between north and south.
So between the facility, the foster people up here and the foster people down there, you got 50 pen. How do you, as fosters, I mean, you want these dogs to be met and greeted. How do you, as fosters, present the dogs? Some organizations are outside Petco, and they do a great job. Petco, PetSmart, they do a great job. How do you get the word out? I mean, you have a website. That's how I found you. That's how I found you. And so, how do you have adoption parties? You know,
we do occasionally. I mean, obviously this year we haven't.
We
haven't had any since March. But yeah, we have a few partners. Paws New England. Our fosters are spread throughout Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, New Hampshire. I think we even have a couple of.
So you've got a lot of states going here,
We've
not
got
just
a lot of states. So we have a few groups that we regularly do things with. That's Tractor Supply companies or places that we've done them in Massachusetts. Here in Connecticut, we've had a great partnership with Norwich Agway.
Norwich, Agway?
Yeah.
Agway? Oh,
Yeah,
that's nice.
Down
That's
in Norwich
nice.
that we did up till this year. Did 5 or 6 adoption events a year
Really?
with them.
Really?
And Gagnon, John Gagnon's Pet Resort, which is another partner of ours. We do events there as well. So we do some events, but in all honesty, most of our adoptions are happening through social media and Facebook and things like that.
Okay, and that's again where I found you. But it's so nice that we do have local partners willing to work with it. It would be so much harder if you didn't. Now we found in a lot of shelters, because I've interviewed people on Zoom. You're my first live guest for I can't tell you March. You're my first. Let's stay live.
Yeah, exactly.
So most of the people, the shelters were getting pretty clear. I mean, when people were home for all these months and they realized that they could save somebody else's life, they did, which is very nice. So there was a lot of movement through a lot of shelters up here. Now, tell us Jet's story. How old is he? And is he a lab? Is he a lab mix?
He's a lab. Yeah. So Jet's story, he's very energetic for his age. Yeah, he's a little older. I think he's looking for a ball to play with. He's all about the balls. So yeah, he's as you can tell, he's a little overweight. He came up a number of years ago from one of our partners in Texas, and was adopted up here, and just recently came back to us when his owner ended up having to be taken to the hospital in an ambulance, and then couldn't take care of him anymore. So he's recently come back to us, and he's doing great. He's a good dog. He loves people. He loves balls. He will play fetch
and for a guy his age, because there's a lot of gray in the Jet's hair. For a guy his age, he's still very active.
He's still pretty active.
Yeah.
But he's one that we are looking for a only dog home for him.
Right.
Because he loves balls so much that he
won't share them. Yeah, a little bit of a little bit of resentment there. Well,
yes, but with people he's fantastic, and he's a little energetic probably for little kids, but
So this guy would be great for a couple, couple or an older couple. Maybe with or without kids?
Yeah, older kids would be fine. I think younger kids would be probably a little much for. But he's not a resource guarder with people at all, just with other dogs.
Just with his balls.
Just with other dogs, and he doesn't want to share his stuff with other dogs.
Yeah, I don't blame you. So how long's Jet been back now?
I think he's been back just in like a month.
A month. Did you find, you and I chatted briefly before the cameras were turned on, did you find that there's a period that they go through mourning too? I said, I told you I saw that with a cat in my family when somebody died. And they get bonded and well, where am I? Why? Where am I going now? I miss my owner. So they have to be treated kind of maybe with kid gloves or a lot more affection maybe in that first time back to make them feel secure again.
Yeah, and he's actually been boarding at Gagnon's in Colchester.
So he's used to people coming in.
And been getting some attention there.
Yeah.
But he definitely is ready to go home.
Yeah, I imagine. He's like I said, he's energetic.
He's ready for a fenced yard with and somebody to throw balls for him and things like that.
And is he good taking walks?
He's pretty good on leash. He's learning. He's a little energetic, but he gets excited. But
Crepes, I hope I'm that energetic when I get that age in dog years. I mean, sometimes I just feel like I can get up the stairs.
Yeah.
So Jet, what are you talking? Come here, baby. You want to get a video? You want to get a cameo of how beautiful you are? Huh? Yeah, I know.
Good boy.
You're a good baby. Yes, you are. That's okay, Jet. That's okay.
A little bit of bull in a china shop.
Yeah, he is a big boy. He's got a lot of body to move around.
Come here, bud.
So when people call to do adoptions, you're vetting them, obviously. You're seeing if they have a previous vet and how any issues with other animals they had there. How old is Jet, do you know, offhand?
I want to say 6-ish, but I should remember this.
Yeah, give me an estimate. 7, maybe?
I'd say 6, 7.
7 or something like that. So, and they have dogs and cats that are taken care of have a tendency to live pretty long today.
Yeah.
And he looks healthy.
He's very healthy.
And he's a happy boy.
He's very happy. He's very energetic. He's a good boy. He needs, like I say, he could use to lose a few pounds. I don't think he was getting quite enough exercise.
Jet, tell him knock it off. We all do at a certain age. Yeah. Well, that exercise that he'll get, if he's been bored, maybe he's not getting as much exercise.
Yeah.
But what are your procedures for adoption, from paperwork going in to, and your fees from paperwork going in? Now, the dogs come vetted, correct? They're spayed, or neutered, or
as long as they're old enough.
As long as puppies,
so puppies sometimes will go home. But yeah, so our process. So we start off, like I said, we do everything through the web for the most part. So we have an online application form that then gets if you pick which dog you're interested in, it goes to the person who's coordinating that adoption, and then they will call you, do a quick screening. We do vet checks, like you said. We do reference checks in addition to the vet checks. We do making sure that where you say you live, you live.
Oh yeah, that's a biggie. That's a biggie. Yeah.
So if you live in a rental property, then checking with the landlord. And
that's
like
important.
That.
Yeah.
So we do pretty rigorous checks, and then we do home visit, which in these time of days is a virtual home. Oh, did you slip your leash there?
So even with masks and all, you still don't feel comfortable bringing the dog into a private home?
We don't want to make people uncomfortable by asking people that strangers come in their house at this time.
Yeah.
So at this time, most of our we've gotten down. I mean, this year, this year, I'm not sure how we could have done as many home visits as we've done with all the, like I say, lots of people have been wanting to adopt this year. So it's been a year. So we've got a really good virtual home visit process. The people who do them have done a lot of them, and and it's worked really, really well.
COVID has done so many bad things, but the good things is it has cleared shelters and has gotten a lot of animals adopted. So you say you have about 50 up here, and they're spread throughout the New England states. You have any, you don't specialize in small dogs or big dogs, or you don't take the bully breeds, or?
No, we do all breed. That's been sort of the mantra from the beginning. We do have bully breeds, but we have all sizes at any given time. Obviously, as it tends to be, small dogs get adopted faster.
Well, yeah. Like, but somebody here.
But yeah, and all ages, all days. And actually, one of the things that that is one of the things I'm most proud of. I've been working with Paws for about 10 years.
10 years?
Yeah, about 10 years.
Good for you. That's a long adoption process.
Yeah,
it's a long volunteer process.
It's been great. And one of the things I've been most proud of is one of the things that I love about Paws is we will step in and take the hard and the medical cases and things like that. That out of some dog comes into a shelter in Memphis with really bad, got hit by a car. This week we had a dog that looked like it had burns all over its back and things like that. And so it's really important, like, as you know, the adoption fees are really important because they help for the puppies, etc. Will help offset the medical costs of those other dogs. And so it's really, really important.
So, like I said, they're all over. Does the foster, after the split screen adoption proceeding, does foster bring the dog down? You meet the foster, pick the dog up, and drop them off at the people's houses, or drop them off they come somewhere?
Yeah, they come somewhere. And it really depends on if the dog's up here or if the dog is still down south. Right. So we have a lot of our adoptions will happen totally remote. Right. And then the the adopter can then just meet the dog at the transport and pick up the dog that way. We have others, if they've been up here in foster, where it's more like that, where they'll maybe do a meet and greet or something like that in advance. So it really depends on the dog and the situation, right?
Now he's been back a couple weeks, did you say?
Yeah.
A couple weeks. Oh, baby, you got to get another home. You do.
Yeah.
You do.
He's been back for a little bit.
So we have somebody here that's a daughter in the studio has a Bernese Mountain Dog. And as a baby, it's like, it's like, yeah, I think I'd go for a smaller. He's so cute. He's a local celebrity, but I think, I would go for a smaller dog. I have cats.
Yeah.
So the adoption fees range, is it more for puppies, less for older dogs that you're trying to get placed?
Yeah. Usually it ranges from like $250 for, frankly, a dog like Jet that's a little harder to adopt.
It's a place,
To
What? You didn't like me saying baby?
To like 500, 525, I think is what
For puppies, yeah. Want more water? You want more water? Okay, water. Okay, let's see what I got here for you. I know, let's see. You gulped down my water. Hold on. There you go. I don't know what clicked him off. I call him baby. Maybe he doesn't like that nickname. Don't like the nickname baby? So, do you ever adopt, with cat shelters, they try to adopt kittens in pairs. You don't have to so much do that with puppies.
No,
puppies
actually,
are more pack animals.
Not to adopt puppies in pairs.
Puppies in pairs.
But we do occasionally get bonded pairs of dogs. But that's usually adults that have
been together
a long
forever.
Time, and it's hard to separate them.
And as we talked earlier, and it's not. I'm not criticizing southern states. We treat our animals here are family, and a lot of places in the South, they're working dogs. So they have a different concept, I think. And maybe I'm being too broad brushed that it's an animal. Oh, I know. What? And here it's our babies. I know. Oh, what's the matter? Got to get that energy off. He's working his tail, so I'm not concerned here.
No. He's just looking for attention. He's ready to play
He's looking
ball.
for attention.
He's looking for attention. He's looking for a ball or something.
Oh, a ball? Uh-oh, ball. We said it.
Just relax.
So, so I'm hoping that the next, you post adoption success stories?
Yeah, we do occasionally, yeah.
I'm going to be looking for you to be an adoption success story, buddy. Hey, buds. Okay. So you're going to be a good boy? So, is there anything else you'd like to tell us, like your website for one?
Yeah. So it's www.pawsnewengland.com.
And that's P-A-W-S. P-A-W-S, New England.
New England spelled out.
Right.
One word. So that's our website. We also have a Facebook page, very active.
And you can see the animals there.
Yep.
And it takes, 24, 48 hours for somebody to get back to an interested adopter?
Yeah, usually we say, just to be safe, 48.
48 hours.
But, we try to get back to people as soon as we can. It just, so that's one of the things with Paws. Everybody's volunteers. There's no paid staff, period. So so all the donations go to dogs, but then it also means that all the people who are doing adoptions and everything have other lives.
I volunteer there, and you know what? You have to admire, because it takes a ton of time. When you volunteer with any organization, it takes a ton of time. It's really a dedicated thing, because sometimes it just runs over into your other life. And I find myself doing things for ShelterTails and for when I was working with a cat shelter when I should have been working. It's like, maybe I shouldn't be on. But so you got the Facebook page, you got all your adoptable dogs up there. It takes about 48 hours.
Yeah.
And do you do any kind of fundraising aside from just donate on your page? I mean, right now it's tough for anybody to do any kind of fundraising outside. So what do you have anything planned for post-COVID or coming up in the spring?
Well, coming up, so we just had our annual photo calendar contest. So where you needed to get votes, and then the top ones got on the calendar. So soon we'll be selling calendars. We usually have an auction that we do fourth quarter, sometime pre-Christmas. That'll be an online type of
And
auction.
can you let me know, because I do give gift baskets for auction. So when you get home, can you Google me and I'll make sure I send it down and where to send it?
And then we, periodically we have other fundraisers and things like that. related to some event coming up, or
Okay. Like,
Giving Tuesday.
Right,
We'll
right,
do a
right,
try to do a big
right.
push on Giving Tuesday, and frequently we'll be able to get donors to match donations.
That's
and
very
things like
nice.
that. So,
I've tried fundraisers where I dress cats up. They don't take to it too well. Dogs are much better.
Yeah.
Cats are, when you put a hat on a cat,
Yeah.
you come away the worse for wear.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but Jet, you want to look at the camera one more time? Look at the camera, baby, and say, I need a home.
Yeah.
I'm a good boy. I'm a good boy. I'm here through no fault of my own. I know.
Yeah, there you go, bud.
Well, I thank you for coming, and you came far. I mean, you came far, and he came far, and I thank you for coming. And this will run, look for this, people, in November, and you will get, as I said, Dropbox. It also goes on YouTube.
Great.
And so it's a lot more publicity. It goes through several local TV stations that are close enough in a mileage. So hopefully somebody picks up the phone and calls about Jet, because Jet's he's got to run.
Yes, he
Jet's
does.
got things to do.
Yes, he does.
Places to go.
Yes, he does.
So he's a dog.
Hey, good boy.
And I thank you. I commend you for 10 years. That's a long time.
Thank
That's a long
you.
time, Lauren. And you're doing a great
Well,
job.
our founders that started this in 2005 are pretty amazing people.
Yeah,
so.
you got to be. You got to give your heart and soul. Once you get into this, it's
Yeah.
hard to walk away. It's hard to
Yes,
walk
it
away.
is.
So, well, thank you for coming, Jet. Yes, that's you. Want to give he's looking at the camera, maybe. Say hi, Howard.
Good boy.
Hi, Howard.
Any good camera shot there?
Oh, good boy. So that's www.paws of New England, P-A-W-S of New England.com.
No of.
.com or org?
.com, but no of. Paws New England. Just
Paws New England, sorry, Paws
one,
New England.
one word.
PawsNewEngland.com, and you can see him, and from puppies all the way up to the old guy who's still got more energy than me. So there you have it.